afternoon everybody, and welcome to the first edition of Tiger TV incorporating Tommy's Tales, proudly brought to you by it's not proudly brought to us by anybody, because unfortunately at the moment we do not have a sponsor. So if there anybody out there in Tigerland who would like to sponsor Tiger TV for half an hour every week, get your company's name out there as the naming rights sponsor, please contact Tom Brain at brainco@optusnet.com.au or give me a ring on 0423 433 488. It would be great to have someone on board to allow us to update our equipment so that we can bring you a better quality show. During this year we hope that Tiger TV is going to bring you lots of enjoyment as we move around the whole club, interviewing players, interviewing personalities, reporting on games for both seniors, women and juniors. So if you see me coming towards you with a microphone, duck for cover or get ready for some fun. There'll be fun, but there will be also some serious talk as we talk to senior coaches, junior coaches, players that are around and personalities around the club. Moving into last week's games now, a bit of a mixed bag. We had 7 senior sides playing and we only came away with 2 wins, which is probably not a very good average. Starting with the senior side, they played Fitzroy out here in what we had penciled in really as a winnable game. Unfortunately it didn't happen. Fitzroy got the jump on us and 10 minutes into the second quarter was some 40 points in front. To the boys' credit, they fought back and fought back and fought back, but as we all know, playing catch-up football is very, very hard, and in the end we fell 13 points short in a game that, like I said, we probably should have won and had squared the ledger with our season at 2-2, but such was not to be. Chris Mangoni in his first game for 22 months made a fantastic comeback and was named as our best, while Michael Barnes and Zach Calvez were consistent and continued on their good form for the year. In the reserves, we had a very good win against Fitzroy. We started off very well and had the game won at quarter time, although dropping off a little bit. In the second half we managed to hold on and have a comfortable win. Georgie Rowlands had a great day out kicking, some say, George says 9 goals, but the pundits say 8. Josh Heron, who had been dropped from the seniors the previous week due to the absence of our 3 ruckmen from the 2s, had to play in the ruck and played a really good game, and he was backed up by I think Lockie Fryer and Hunter Griffin, who kicked a couple of goals. The thirds, who had been 0-3 going into Saturday's game, came up against 4th place Beau Morris in their first game at Brindisi Street for the year, and they came away with a win, their first win for the year, which was really, really good and great for the boys, and will give the boys confidence with what's coming up in the season ahead. For the Rezzies, Dale MacArthur making a return to the club, played under 9 in footy here, went away to Bentley for a few years, made a return to the club and kicked 3 goals and was a constant pressure up forward. Jackie Whitelaw played a pretty good game as well. Moving on now to senior women and senior women reserves. Been a pretty tough week for the girls. The VAFA unfortunately made a decision that we as a whole club do not agree with and promoted the girls from Premier C into Premier B just because they'd won a couple of games against a couple of bottom sides. But anyway, we have to go with the flow and do what the competition says. To their great credit, led by their coach Alan Gailey, the women showed fantastic resilience and accepted the decision and moved on. Unfortunately they came up in Premier B against top of the table Monash Blues, and unfortunately due to the fact that 12 girls in the women's sides, Brownie had to play 2 games. The girls acquitted themselves well, but unfortunately we weren't strong enough on the day. But I'm sure as the season progresses and they get more players back from injury, they will be alright. Congratulations go to Madeline Tilley and Olivia Steinfort, who have been selected in the initial VAFA women's training squad for a representative game against Vic Country up at Ballarat at the long weekend in June. So fantastic, girls, and good luck, and I hope you make the side. Into the under-19s now, and under-19 Division 4, the boys went over to Mazenod to take on Mazenod. Unfortunately, Mazenod were just a little bit too strong for us on the day and came away with the points to the tune of 25 or so. Jackson Murphy kicked 3 goals, which makes it 9 in 2 weeks for him, so he must be knocking on the door now, Bradley, for a spot in the under-19 Division 1 side, who unfortunately went down to Wolstenwick Park and lost by 13 points to a pretty strong Almaburnians who due to VAFA rules and unavailability, were allowed to play 4 players over 20 in their side. So pretty good effort by the boys, and I'm sure that when they come up against more people their own age, they will acquit themselves very well in the week. Right, moving now right along to this week's games, and we have a huge day coming up at Brindisi Street on Saturday. We have 4 games here. To their eternal credit, the Auskickers have agreed to move their games to Southern Road for this week only, so we can fit in the schedule because of the regrading of the women. So we have at 9:20 p.m. on Saturday morning our under-19 Division 4 side playing South Melbourne Districts, followed by at 11:40 our Division 1 side playing Mazenod, moving right into 2 o'clock where the Women's Premier B reserve side will play Old Camberwell, and then in a semi-twilight game at 4 o'clock our Premier Women's side will play Old Camberwell as well. So big day here, so we encourage people to come down and watch a good day of football and watch all the St Bede sides in action. Moving into the seniors travel across to Camberwell Sports Ground to take on our traditional old rivals, Old Scotch, who sit on top of the ladder in both seniors and reserves. So tough day at the office looming for the boys, but I'm sure if they all put their minds to it, we can come back here with 2 wins. And the thirds travelled out to the magnificent Brunswick Street Oval to take on Fitzroy in another possible win for them. They are lower than the boys on the ladder. Coming events for the club now, we have in May the 18th our next home game for the seniors and reserves against Old Geelong. We have a sponsors lunch, which is normally one of our bigger lunches for the year, so all you sponsors get onto Try Booking, follow the link that's further up in this newsletter and book yourself a spot at this lunch. It's sure to be big. And next week on Tiger TV, the first of our interviews, I will be talking to in depth with the young gun of the club, our under-17 coach, Lucas Barrett. So thank you all for listening. I look forward to seeing you all next week.